it's day 15. Halfway through. So, big milestone. Um, yeah, it's the social stuff, even though it's COVID. Lockdown has been raging, so I'm trying to keep a balance. Maybe just do 5 minutes, or if it's someone's presentation, I'll go. And anyway, so last night, this multidisciplinary artist performed in the old stone. Gosh, all these crows are flying around. I feel like I'm in an Alfred Hitchcock. I don't know if you can hear them, but anyway, he did this like almost operatic singing plus subtitles projected on the stone wall, and film that he had recorded about being like a goth or just having sex with a ghost, and it was delightful in every way. So I have my pickup, so I drove over some chairs, and it just feels very raw and like, I don't know, just sort of like homespun fun that we're making over here during the COVID lockdown time. Things were getting a little clicky, but I think everybody kind of realized it and has taken steps to declick a little bit, which at dinner is helpful. And so yesterday, four of us went on a field trip to this silent movie theater that has been unchanged since the 20s. So it exists, and it has this small little screen because it just showed silence, and then there's live music. I'll see if I can show you a picture, but this is sort of like the way the theater looked. And someone played the synthesizer to play whatever music, and it's up to the musician. Like, there's no score, so the musician just adapts and plays dramatic music or then quiet music. And it was a film called The Show, and it was kind of crazy. It was like almost like a sideshow where there'd be ladies pretending to be Arachnia, the spider, or there'd be the disembodied hand of Cleopatra taking tickets, and then the main performance in there was Salome telling the king that she wanted a person's head on a platter, on a silver server. And so they had all these tricks and stuff to make it seem like it was getting beheaded, but it was really just like a doll's head or whatever. And there was a fake sword and a real sword. And so then the villain comes, and he's the Greek, and he's the villain, and he just pours evil out of his eyes, and he switches the swords, and he tries to actually behead the main guy, who was always wearing this like striped shirt, and he walked around like Popeye, and he had like a wasp waist. Anyway, his dastardly attempt is foiled, and the main guy is spared. His life is spared. And then at the end, they go through with the trick again, and Salome just like makes out with the decapitated head. It was the weirdest film I've ever seen. So it was an absolute pleasure, and there were maybe like 20 people in the theater. I'll see if I have any other photos of it, but it was just here's like her. So this is the actress that played Salome, like talking to the policeman because she's hiding the main guy, and they had this iguana in the film that was supposed to be this poisonous rare lizard, so they just kept throwing it into scenes like as if it were attacking, but it was just like looking for its next piece of mango. Like, it wasn't it was just an iguana, but they just kept throwing it. Like, the basement door would open up, and this iguana would just launch into the scene. It was very hilarious. Anyway, so and then last night a couple people left, so those were sad. But yeah, so halfway through, I feel pretty good. Like, I feel like if I had just come 2 weeks I would have gotten a lot done. So in case anyone's considering applying for 2 weeks, I definitely got a ton done in 2 weeks. I would say I got like maybe 11 paintings made. So it's not too short. It's fine, especially if you did less social than I do. You could really make a lot. And then, so now it's exciting because I have 2 more weeks to go. And I have to consider drawing time, but yeah, it feels like, oh, you could really make a lot of stuff in a month. So anyway, that's my latest dispatch. I went to the silent movies. I'm struggling with balancing social and work. And but otherwise everything's going great. So I will talk to you guys later. Bye. Hope you're doing good. Bye. To update you guys on the rabid skunk. So I got the full story of what happened, but still no resolution. But basically, a resident here was making some photos with or film with a big cloak over their head, and so they didn't see what occurred at first. All they know is that they were under their cloak and they heard some squabbling, and they heard their adorable service dog Rufus tangling with a skunk. So then they rushed over and separated the two and got sprayed. But it is confirmed that the skunk did not bite Rufus, nor did they bite the resident, which is lucky. They just got sprayed. And so nothing too bad happened. Rufus got his rabies booster, but then the resident did say that the skunk ran off and was like kind of rushing up to them and kind of being very aggressive even after it sprayed, which is strange because usually they would flee. So it seemed like, and it had porcupine quills stuck in its fur, so it seemed like it had been already antagonizing other animals, so all signs pointed to potentially rabies. So it's still out there, you guys. Every time I walk around, I'm like, this is gonna be the day I encounter it. So fingers crossed. I'm usually safely in my truck because I'm a lazy bag of bones. So anyway, that's the latest. Okay, bye. Latest on Skunk-gate.